Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm sorry it took so long. I had so much to do, so much to watch, so much being spoiled. You know what I mean? We had the NHL Stanley Cup. We had the NBA Finals. Before then, it was playoffs for each. And last time I talked, I said, no one hit me up because I was like, bragging rights or whoever's, especially NBA, whose team's in the playoffs and who's going to do their thing and show off, or who's going to hold the Larry O'Brien trophy. Well, no one hit me, which I'm not surprised, and I didn't either because we'll get to that later. But other than that, it was very entertaining. Shout outs to the Texas Longhorns of women's softball, the NCAA. They won their back-to-back championship. I believe the men's College World Series is still going on. I have to get in touch base with who's left on the Elite Eight. I also got to find out what's coming up, like the NHL draft, how the UFL league's been going on. Of course, the CFL's back. That's football for anyone that don't understand. UFL and the CFL, Canadian Football League and United Football League. Spring football is in full effect. There's been a lot going on, man. Like I had a list of things I had over here, and I'm still trying to get over the fact that NBA and the NHL season is officially over. Shout outs to the Carolina Hurricanes for winning their second Stanley Cup. They broke a 20-year drought. Very exciting series, man. Very exciting series. I was entertained. I don't know about y'all, but that's all to the true sports fanatics who love hockey. Even though my Bruins didn't do well, and of course my underdog pick Buffalo didn't do well, as long as Montreal didn't win it, I can smile for another year. Nothing knocking the Canadians and nothing knocking Canada, period. It's just the fact that I gotta get it together. And at the end of the day, Vegas Golden Knights played a hell of a series too. So kudos to them, because they beat the number one seed President Cup winners of the Colorado Avalanche. So gotta give a props where the props is due. You know what I mean? So round of applause to the Carolina Hurricane. Round of applause to the runner-up, so the Vegas Golden Knights. To the NBA, I never thought I would say this, man. Shoot, 53 years of waiting for one. And imagine, I wasn't even born when they won it. I just heard stories, and of course the Go New York, Go theme song. And yeah, we're going to hear that for a whole year, Boston fans. But let them celebrate, man. I ain't knocking. They played a hell of a series, and kudos to the 2026 NBA champion New York Knicks. I'll give a golf clap for that. And also shout outs to my nephews, because I spoke to one, my youngest Mac dog. I felt bad, man. I had to ask you that question, like, man, I hope you're all right, you and your brother, because I had to do an Amber Alert on y'all, because I didn't hear from y'all since they won, and they won it in your y'all let them beat y'all in your own arena, man. Like that, 1,000 New York Knickerbocker fans cheering like that, just taking over. That was crazy. So San Antonio Spurs, I don't know. They're a young team. They're gonna get over it. They're gonna be all right. It's just that experience does win. But if you really realize it, throughout them 5 games, San Antonio was winning in the first half. It just didn't know how to close. That's gonna be talks going on about that, with Fox and Harper. It's gonna be talked about, because Wemby played his butt off too. Instead of saying I'm in your head, sad to say, Frenchman, but they got in yours too. I'm just saying, man, you cannot let someone or somebody with an IES at the end come by and destroy faith in your arena. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. I mean, you lost 3 home games. That's crazy. Never thought in my wildest dreams to hear that, especially from San Antonio with a traditional organization with Coach Pop, even though he's not coach, but I still call him Coach Pop. I know he ain't going to tolerate that. I feel bad for your limbs, your feet, your ankles when it comes to practice next season, man, because they're going to work you. Because y'all could have easily won the NBA Finals if y'all would just know how to close, especially that 29-point lead. Oh, my goodness. That was just like, what? You know, that's like how the Patriots came back and won 28-3. And I'm not even knocking the Falcons. It's just that it just makes proper sense. Like, whoever, I mean, all right, let me not sugarcoat. The Celtics did it, but not 29 points. But 2008, we did have to come back, and we won the game too. So it's like everything's possible, but not like that. I mean, the Knicks fans was quiet. And once they started trimming it, I'm like, uh-oh. And then I heard Orange and Blue Skies is coming back, and I'm like, uh-oh. San Antonio better put a clamp on that. But the one thing they did not do in the whole time was they never called timeout, which is crazy. But I digress. Kudos to the Knicks. They're going to celebrate hard this week. I know they are. They already had a Puerto Rican festival this past weekend. Good grief. Quick cleanup, and then, shoot, I can't even count the millions of people. Could be more than a million, could be trillion. Who knows? It's one of the second largest cities in America. So kudos to them. Back to the NHL. The Carolina Hurricanes and the Vegas Golden Knights, their first 3 games was epic. No lead was safe. Either Vegas was winning, Carolina came back and tied, or vice versa. The first 3 games was crazy. Then Carolina did the most smartest thing and traded in their goalies. And they had a youth versus a vet, which is the one that sat them down. And the young Lion, 3-1 throughout the whole rest of the Stanley Cup final. So give shout outs to them, that goalie, Bussi, Bussi. He didn't win the Conn Smythe Award, but he was impressive. And Jordan Staal too. He scored 6 goals in each game. 6 games, 6 goals. I think he broke a record on that. I think he was tied with a Canadian player a long time ago. So it's just crazy, man. So round of applause for both teams. Round of applause for the Longhorns of the ladies softball team. If anything I forgot about during the whole month I've been gone and just been getting all this research in and enjoying myself, and I hope everybody else was enjoying too. Even your Vegas Golden Knights and the San Antonio Spurs, or Texas Tech Red Raiders, because that's who Texas beat to get to the chip for the second for back-to-back. So at the end of the day, just enjoy each other, okay? Just you got a whole year, and just enjoy life, and especially the Spurs and the Vegas Golden Knights and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. You have till next year to rebuild, recruit, and trade, and whatever you want to do. The portal, all that. Enjoy, okay? Next topic, I want to give a shout out to the FIFA World Cup that happened this past weekend. Brazil was the powerhouse. Germany is the powerhouse. Of course, the defending champions, Argentina. Then you got Spain's a powerhouse. You got some new teams new countries that's in it for the first time in a long time, like Haiti and Cape Verde. It's crazy, man. You got other countries that, I'm still like, wow, I never heard of. I have to research it myself. So, I love watching the World Cup because it's exciting to me. It's like I love to hear the culture, the drums and the people serenading. It's beautiful. Even in USA, the Americans do the same thing. They serenade. I don't know the new song it is now, but I'm gonna find out. Everything just got started. USA did win though. They did win against Paraguay, so that's good for them. Um, it's just a lot of teams that, excuse me, a lot of teams of countries that I've still got to look up and see their polls and see who's the true favorite. Of course, you got France too. I forgot about France. France is also a powerhouse soccer team when it comes to the World Cup. Um, but I always pick the underdog. I like if USA don't do what it's supposed to do, call me crazy, but I'm going with the guys in wears orange, and that's the Netherlands, Holland. I feel like they came so close every time I watched them to win it, and somehow, some way, there's always got to be the glitch. And another team too. I forgot England. They got another curse. I can't say curse. I can say a drought that they need to break too. Even though they did go to the if I'm not mistaken, they did go to the FIFA World Cup Finals, or unless that was a European league. They usually do that too. But I know, I think it was Spain that beat England. I may be wrong. I think it was like 4 years ago, 2 years ago. I get the women's and the men's World Cup confused because of the time frame schedule. And plus, these years are going by so fast, man. Unless the season's getting shorter. But either way, either or, kudos to all the countries that's in it. Go USA. If not, go Dutch. I always want to go to Amsterdam too. So I always have a soft spot. You know what I mean? So everyone enjoy the FIFA World Cup. It's only just begun. So see you later to the NHL temporarily. Watch out for the draft. The NHL draft. See you later to the NBA season. It'll be very interesting off season. Very interesting. But other than that, the MLB. Can't forget that. Everyone's waiting for the first half of the season to be over to do their own collective thoughts and what they think and who could be the favorites for the American League and the National League. All-Star game's going to come up next month. I usually watch the Home Run Derby. I haven't heard who's going to participate, but it's still early. They're going to make the announcement sooner or later. So I can't wait for that too. So I just got so much positive things to say throughout the whole month. Before I go to the next segment, actually, I want to give a shout out to AJ Brown. Throughout the whole course I've been gone, he became a Patriot. So it's like a reunion with Coach Vrabel. Tennessee Titans era. There is talks that they're trying to bring back Stephon Diggs, but that's just talks though. And the only way Diggs will probably come back if he takes a cut. Just there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I would if I'm going to be with a contender like New England, unless they sign Gonzalez, which I hope they do. They better. But other than that, shout out to AJ Brown, man. Now you got peace, you got tranquility. Now with us because we're not all about drama, even though drama does somehow come towards the Patriots. When it comes to when they're doing well, even if they wasn't doing well, there's always some controversy. But that's another segment I'm gonna talk about. But so far so good. Give me your opinions of which games, of which series was the best out of the NHL and the NBA. There were so many of them. Don't forget to comment on that. Feel free. On my YouTube page. Other than that, there is some things I want to address. There's a whole lot of, how can I put it? I held back so much for months. about my Boston sports teams. So as I look through the video scope, quote, the Macho Man Randy Savage, let me say it right, the late Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm looking through the video scope. Ooh, yeah. I have to say, and I'm going to start off with a team that I was trying to do months before. I believe it was probably episode 2 or 3. You know, rest in peace, my father. I had to change everything up. But the first thing I was going to mention on episode, I think it was episode 2, I was going to portray. I was going to talk about the Boston Bruins. Yeah. Last episode, I wore the colors on my shirt, you know, to support. And if I have to go back, and I will, I disagreed by continuing the contract with our general manager, John Sweeney. Now, Don, you don't mind me calling you that, or just call you Mr. Sweeney. I watched you as a player. You were pretty good. You know, I had you confused with Bob Sweeney. But when it comes to that, you was good as a player. You was very good. Decent. But man, come on. And I mean this. You really dropped the ball after we won 2011. Oh yes, okay. We went to the Stanley Cup in 2013. We went to the Stanley Cup, I believe, 2018. Didn't we lose both those games at home? And then recently we lost to Buffalo at home. Like, dude, your playoff record is so horrible. And I mean it sincerely. I take off my glasses and I say this because I'm very, very ticked. You dropped the ball by not helping Pasternak. Like, you have to help him out, man. I mean, yeah, you got scorers, but you're going to the Providence Bruins. You're going to the AHL. You're going to the farm system. You know how? Do you have any money? Any budgeting going on? Any struggles? Is the big dig? We call it take your taxes out of your their checks, because at the end of the day, why in the world did you not go after players that will give you the ring? I mean, come on. Like 2012 had me pissed because I wanted the Bruins to go have a dynasty. I mean, we didn't go back in 2012, but we sure hell went back in 2013, and we let Chicago and Patrick Kane just run us over. And then the horrible, under 50 seconds, we gave up 2 goals, and one of them was a clincher to host the cup in the TD Garden. Like, do you seriously think that us Bruins fans it's not gonna register in our head? What did I say last episode? For real, what did I say last episode? I said we need to have the crowd get loud. That crowd was not loud when we lost to Buffalo. That crowd was not even loud when we lost against St. Louis in Game 7. That crowd wasn't even loud when we scored the tying goal. No, excuse me. I think we believe we was winning. And they scored, and Chicago scored 2 of those goals, and one was to finish us off and give them the cup. Like, we gotta do better, man. I mean, I want to pick up a David Pasternak jersey. I want to, because I feel like he's the only player that's good. You overpay Swayman, and when you overpay Swayman, look, and you know what's so funny? I had him as we call it a fantasy league goalie, and the same performance he did in the real life, the same he did in my fantasy. Yeah, I didn't do well when it comes to my goalies in my fantasy league. As a matter of fact, I finished 7th place, so I got the consolation prize. I didn't even go to the top 4 when it comes to what we call championship semifinals. Now, Mark, whatever his name is, because they let him go, goes to Ottawa. Then he gets banged up. I remember I picked him up. Then he gets banged up. Then I'm like, oh, I see why the Bruins let you go. But Swayman should never got that big ass contract, because why in the hell would you keep giving up goals like that and you got a big contract? And who that goes to bring this to their attention? I gotta take my glasses off again. Mr. Don Sweeney. Mr. Don Sweeney. I try to, I'm being friendly, but at the same time, when you know how you're a parent, they look at their child and know they're in trouble, they wide up their eyes like this, and they give you that, all right now, I gave you fair warning. That's the look I'm giving you, Don Sweeney. And I hate to bring him up because he's one of my favorite Bruins of all time, but Mr. Cam Neely, come on, man. Come on. Y'all two need to regenerate something, man. We gonna lose our crowd base. Carolina, Florida, Southern hot teams winning the cup, and we're one of the original 6. Come on. I mean, don't get me wrong. Buffalo, like I said, I love their horn. I was so disappointed they didn't beat Montreal, but I'm glad Carolina did that favor for me. But come on, man, wake up, Bruins. I want to go to a Bruins game. Yes, I've never been to a Bruins game. I want to go to a Bruins game. I want to say, ooh-wee, when we win. I want to lose my voice. I said it already. We need to change the horn. We need to change the atmosphere. We need to change the chant. We're too traditional. It's time to switch. Just when the Red Sox, which that's my next topic, when the Red Sox had no monster seats, shoot, they didn't even play no music. Matter of fact, all you heard was "Let's Go Red Sox." That was their chant. And I remember watching baseball back in 1984. And it happened to be the World Series with St. Louis Cardinals and the Kansas City Royals. Even though it was a controversial World Series, because we all know, go dig in the crates. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't Google it. Just give me a call and you'll get your answer why. It's a whole lot of reasons. Shout out to Ozzie Smith too. He was a brilliant shortstop, even though he's still alive. Red Sox. Good Lord. I don't even know who is your general manager. I had to speak to my coworker, and every time I said, who is he? He starts laughing. He said, he figured I would knew about him. I said, I don't know jack about him. All I know is the Red Sox change general managers like they change their underwear, man. Can't keep, it's just like crazy, like a dirty diaper. I don't know anything about this dude. But I know he should have got fired if you're going to fire Mr. Cora. I mean, good grief. He fired him not even like middleweight, not even midway season. We're not even nowhere near the mid-season. They fired him, a month after the season started? And I'm like, wow. Matter of fact, not just him, the whole coaching staff, including Mr. Jason Varitek. I was like, wow. But then I heard nothing about the general manager, who I don't even know. And when I hear his name, I'm like, who? I'd be like stranger danger. I'm like, I don't know this person. The reason why I don't know this person, because he's not doing jack for the Red Sox. The Red Sox are just struggling right now. If they won yesterday or they lost Saturday, they won Friday, they get swept one, it's like inconsistency. And just like the Bruins, they're not going to spin. And it's like, it kills me. Because back in 2004, we won the chip. Okay. 05, we went to the playoffs, but the players we had to build for that 04 chip, we let some of those pieces go in 05 and 06, and then we finally woke up on 07. Where is the consistency? Why gotta be every 2-3 years to finally figure out something? Keep the same players that gave you the chip. Keep the consistency so us fans can like, you know what, with confidence, we're gonna win the chip. We're gonna go to the playoffs. We're gonna go to the finals. The Red Sox ain't going no finals. We ain't going to World Series. We probably gonna have the fight for the first, second, third pick. Who knows? I keep forgetting the MLB do start their drafts. I believe during midseason. I don't know if it's draft. I think it's after the college baseball season's over, and then they start to find out who's gonna be number 1, number 2, number 3 to pick. I get it. I get all that, but the Red Sox ain't going nowhere. Unless they hear this episode and they finally wake the hell up and they're like, oh, you know what? Boo's not playing. Yes, and I'm not the only one. There's some quality players out there. If you're so quick to fire Cora and the rest of the staff, that means you're quick to pick up players, established players, before they reach their peak. Draft right, pick up the right farm system players, and get them a chance. I mean, come on. I never been so disappointed in the Red Sox until this season started. And when they fired Cora. And I don't even know who's, that's sad, right? I don't even know who's the intern coach. You know, what, I'm not a diehard fan? No, that ain't got nothing to do with it. That means your name is not ringing bells, just like the general manager. Yeah, I believe Mr. Henry's still around, you know, and he needs to shape it up too, man. Open your wallet, dude. There were some players that we could have got off season, didn't even know they got switched around. Good grief, pitching staff, you know, they was basically balancing, and not to mention they got hurt. Bellows, I'm sorry, but you suck. Every time I see you pitch on that mound, I'm like, he's not consistent enough for me to put on my fantasy league what I do for baseball too. Oh yeah, I do baseball fantasy league. I'm trying to get my first championship, you dig? We're top 7 right now. That's because my bats ain't hitting. That sounds familiar, right? Red Sox, you sure hell ain't doing nothing. You letting the Chicago White Sox have a better record than you. Look it up. I'm just saying that the Red Sox, I'm talking about the people. The people that love sports. But the ones that don't watch it, I'm not forcing. But the people that do watch it, you just look it up. Look who's on, if the playoffs started right now, the top 3 teams in the AL. Talking about the AL East, Central, and West. The Chicago White Sox. Yes, the Chicago White Sox. The last 2 seasons was in the bottom of the barrel. And now they're waking up. See what I'm saying? The New England Patriots. I got a little bit to say about them. But one thing he needs to stop, and this, can you just dead the Mike Drabel and the reporter Denise Rossi? Can y'all just dead that, please? Because it's overkill. I understand the media want to get their, you know, their sweet, you know, going on, but it's overkill right now. It's totally overkill. I would not in my wildest dreams keep talking about that, because that's not me. That's political stuff. That's sports politics. That's what I meant to say. And it's like, it throws me off the game. So I don't pay attention to that. All I know is Mr. Kraft, Jonathan, Robert, Mr. Wolf, Sign Gonzalez now. Stop playing. Sign him. Okay? Get yourself a pass rusher to replace Judon. Unless, Mr. Wolf, you want to contact Judon and y'all both can hash it out. Because I know what's going to happen. Judon wants to get paid. He wants more money. He produced the numbers and he wasn't getting the profit for it. But Judon failed to understand that you in a state, in the cities, New England, Boston, they don't pay much. So, and you know, in the past, every player that tried to ask for more money in the Patriots organization, you get cut. And it's sad it happened to Randy Moss and Asante Samuel and Ty Law. I mean, come on. You know, it happens. You know, you come in, they're gonna say, hey, we're gonna give you this. And if you don't like it, then you can go somewhere else. Work on, if you wanted to rebuild the offense around May and you got AJ Brown and you got the supporting cast, and I think Booty wants to leave, but I'm still confused about that too. Like, dude, why you want to leave, man? Like what's the problem here? You know, I don't understand why you want to leave unless you're not getting a contract negotiation going on and you feel left out, but you're being very, very vocal about it on social media. Not saying he literally said it on camera, but I can't believe things people say to it. It might be clickbait. I'd rather hear from his own voice on screen or online saying, hey, this is what I feel and this is what I need, and we're not meeting up with the with our common grounds. So who knows? All I gotta say is think about it before you dip. You may go to a team that's below us. You know, you may be a New York Jet. And I'm not even clowning. You may be Atlanta Falcon. I'm not clowning. You know, it's just that you gotta be careful where you select. Because last time, if I remember, when Randy Moss was talking his way out, well, I can't say talking his way out, but technically he did, and he regretted it. He became a Tennessee Titan, and when the Titans came to New England and he saw Brady and everybody else, he was like, you know, you could tell by the look on his face, like, damn, I messed up. We had a good thing here. I was young and egotistic. Yeah, and he admit that too. So I gave a clap for Randy Moss, because at the end of the day, that man produced more numbers than any wide receiver I've seen in the New England Patriots jersey. Okay, so pay Gonzalez, get yourself a pass rusher, groom one, I should say. If you already did the draft already, so groom yourself a pass rusher for the edges. Change the game, man. Crowd base too. You need to be more louder. We're not that spoiled. We were 20 years ago, but we're not spoiled now. We're building. We're still rebuilding, in my honest opinion. You know, yeah, we went to the Super Bowl. Everyone kept saying the easy schedule crap, and I got tired of hearing that, because at the end of the day, I never heard of an easy schedule when you got teams that was hungry that could have beat us. You know, teams we should have won, we did, but now we got a mediocre schedule, and now I don't hear no one saying it now. Jeez. Like, come on, like who? I wonder who has the easy schedule now. Like, seriously, I want to know who has the easy schedule now. Let's get on them. Lord, if it's another gate, it's another gate. Lay off, yo. It's getting stupid. You know, I know the media wants their press, but come on. Enough's enough. All right? Let Drabble do his thing. Leave her alone. And let's focus on what this coming fall year. Okay? Summer's about to be here soon, and then soon later, August. Whammy. Football's back. So just keep an eye on that. course, they got, like I said, UFL, CFL. There's gonna be some scouts out there too. They look and you see what's up, and if they like what they see, if they can make room in their cap, bring him over and let's see what he has. Okay, but we definitely need a pass rusher. We're building up our offensive line, which is good too. And last and not least, the Boston Celtics. It's funny though, I had green and white on today. I was going to wear it, but I was like, nah. I stick with no color. I'll just stick with the white. And the little polo mark. Yeah. But at the end of the day, what I mean is the organization, I don't know, it's been pretty shaky. Even before we won the chip 2 years ago. Even when we went to the championship 4 years ago. But there was no way we were going to beat Golden State. They were just too hardcore with the threes. And they played defense too, but their high potent offense was too amazing. But what I mean about the Celtics is organization-wise, coaching-wise, player selection, player switching, decision, trading. It got too much for me. Like, I used to get notifications when I'm at my other job. I get notifications and I was like, what's all this? Like, are you kidding me right now? Like you trading people that you just got from the farm system, and now I was like, hold on, how's this? I digress, let it go. Okay, let's see what it's all about. Mind you, once again, I do fantasy league and basketball too. Football, basketball, hockey, baseball. I just couldn't believe that you got 3 players that got max contracts. I get it. But why keep the same team that you won the chip in 2022? You know Horford did not want to leave. Porzingis, yes, he was injury prone, which he's been like that throughout his career. But I still would have kept him. Cornette was good. Coming off the bench. They let him go. They didn't want to resign him. And the next minute, he goes into the, he actually goes into the NBA Finals with the Spurs. Made a good block too, I ain't gonna lie. One of them games. But at the end of the day, what I'm coming off at is basically like the coaching. Brad Stevens, general manager. What is up with y'all two? Joe Mazzulla, coach of the year of 2026. I know everyone's happy. Woo, yeah, I'm not. Dude, you don't deserve a coach of the year. You run the same 2 plays all the damn time. You don't even have a point guard to run the point. You use Jaylen Brown and Tatum to run it. Last time I checked, y'all had Holiday, but y'all didn't even sign Holiday, and then y'all didn't even sign Porzingis. Didn't even sign Horford. Didn't even sign Cornette. Did I leave anybody out? I mean, that's my fault. They let go of Tillman, even though Tillman didn't get that much minutes, but still, you have a bench that you didn't even use this year. If you did, you traded half of it. I'm talking about Brad Stevens and Joe. Why he didn't speak up about that? And when I say you only run 2 plays, you only run the ISO with Jaylen and Tatum, and also the 3-point shooting. We are not Golden State of 2022 and further on. We're not them. You try to convert that. Just because Golden State started doesn't mean you continue it. Yeah, now the whole NBA is doing it. It's a 3-point season, 3-point era. This is when Bill Walton, rest his soul, Tommy Heisen, rest his soul, always says, throw that ball to the paint and give it to the big man so he can establish his play before you start dishing to the forwards and the shooting guards, even point. What happened to all that? Like, seriously, what happened to all that? You know, you do the same damn play. And that's how we lost against Philly. Because we had no answer to Maxey. Oh man, I talked to my team, and shout outs to my peoples I spoke to this past days ago and yesterday, even when I came in today. Shout outs to all y'all. My Knights of the Round Table, my COC, the Children of the Corn. Like, for real, my sports fanatics, my true sports fanatics. You know, not the one caller quitters, you know, the hitters. Yeah, quitters, hitters, same thing, same damn difference. You know, I'm sick of it. I'm talking about the ones that don't make conversations about talking sports and knowing damn well they don't know the hell they're talking about. Because really, honestly, I'm gonna cut the conversation real short. Like, you only hear me up to talk about this, but your facts is all wrong. You're making it too easy for me. It's like you need to spin. Keep players, I mean. Don't break up a dynasty that could have been. Come on, that could have worked. And please, for the love of God, I don't want to hear anything about Jaylen Brown and Giannis. You know what's going to happen if you do that trade. If you try to trade Jaylen or Tatum, they both match contracts. That means you have to pay them once they leave. What I mean, 2-3 years left in their contract. That means that you literally have to pay them. But my thing is, right, if you decide to trade Giannis for Giannis for either Brown or Tatum, who the hell is going to replace Tatum or Brown? Because you gave away all your players. What are you going to do? The same two plays? All right, we're going to do an ISO. So Giannis going to be the, what do you call it? I can't even really say it because they said it during the season. A point center? What the? Like, really, a point center? Last time I checked, center, small forward, power forward, shooting guard, point guard. Where the hell do you see a point center? During the NBA Finals, they did the same thing with Wemby. See, that's why OG tapped that ball in, because Jalen Brunson was so smart. He said, oh, you gonna come to me? I'm gonna shoot it quick, hit off the rim. Someone's gonna grab that board. It wasn't a Spur. Same thing with Celtics. Yeah, you got Queta. I don't really know too much about him, but the last games I saw him in the playoffs, he really made some silly fouls, but he could be groomed. Let's not give up on him. He could be groomed. You got Sam Cassell. You know, anyone else that coaching staff can help. I don't know about you, Joe. Because at the end of the day, all right, let's throw the ISO. What? Get a point guard, Brad. We have not replaced Holiday. We have not replaced Porzingis. If you say Queta, okay. What about Cornette? Who replaces Cornette? Seriously, it's time. All four organizations, if you hear me, wake the F up. We want to win. I know you want to win. Excuse me. I had to take my glasses off so you can look into my eyes and let you know I'm being serious. Not only am I a fan, I'm a critic. Excuse me. I'm a critic. I'm not naive. I study. Shoot. And I play. My fantasy league, I'm like a general manager. Like I said, baseball I have to improve. I only got silver, second place, silver medal, second place on two occasions. I won a chip in football. I won a chip in hockey. I won a chip in basketball. I started thinking like I should become a general manager for one of these 4 organizations. Because right now, man, I don't know who to... Come on, Brad. Come on, Scott. I don't know who you are in the Red Sox. Don, Sweeney, wake the F up. I want consistency with results. If you can give me that, it may not take a year. It may take like 2. It better not take longer than 10. It's time, man. It's like what WWE says all the time. Whoever watch wrestling, they say, listen to the fans. It's time to listen to the fans. Show some. Make the right choices. Farm system too. Trades. Y'all should never got rid of Anthony Simon. There was nothing wrong with that kid. He was just coming up. In fact, was he part of that holiday trade? Think about it. And the person they got is already up at age of 34 years old. Like he's reaching his peak. That was what kind of... We should never trade it. And not to mention... And I'm going to throw a shout out to one of the Knights of the Round Table for bringing this up because I didn't realize it too. And I remember I mentioned it, I believe it was episode 4 or 5. I said about Tatum. I said, I don't think it's a good idea to rush him back in. And then he started doing good. I said, okay, he's doing good, all right. But I was being so optimistic because I'm like, listen, he just came back from Achilles. And this time during the playoffs, you didn't hurt the Achilles, you hurt the calf that connects to it. Calf and Achilles. Come on. Same leg. And then we lose 3 straight against Philly. That made Philly, the 76ers, so happy. Like we did it to the Celtics. Oh my God, we did it to the Celtics. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, we beat them in Boston. Oh my God. Oh my God, yes. And then you get swept by New York. I digress. Because if we would have won against Philly, I hate to say this, we were not going to beat New York. They were hungry. They wanted it. Even they had to let go of Coach Thibodeau to get Mike Brown. That's impressive. But don't be bringing no shade towards Celtics fans, please. Because we are ready to press that red button and ignite fire and ruin your celebration. Because there's no need to talk about us. This is going towards what I saw on my storyline on my Facebook. Talking about Celtics suck. For all the Nick haters, Celtics suck. And we got the shit, whatever. And I'm like, wow. Did we win 2 years ago? Then Indiana took it out of your hands and do the on you. Should I digress more? You know what I'm saying? I only talk smack unless it's needed to. But I'm directly talking to every organization I said, including the MSL New England Resolution. Can you win the MLS Cup, please? As for the Boston Fleet, it'll be all right first season. It'll be all right. Even with the other women's soccer team, the SL. They'll be all right, that team. Everything's fresh and new. So those two teams, the women's leagues, I'll give them a pass because they're fresh. MSL, NBA, MLB, NBA, Bruins, Celtics, Revolution, Patriots, Red Sox. Wake the F up. Dig in your pockets. Focus, power your brain. And make the right decisions. And listen to the fan base. Your gut decisions ain't doing jack, but making us pissed off. So, I know, and I hope they are listening. I hope they're watching. I hope someone say, hey, you can turn on YouTube or access Framingham television on weekends at 5 o'clock and listen to Boot because he's coming off on us. This ain't no laughing matter. If I gotta speak for the whole sports nation of this state, I will do so. You know, I mean, there's an old song that Beastie Boys used to sing, even though Travis Kelce sings it every time they won the Super Bowl, but come on, you got to fight for your right for us to party. For us. They used to call us Title Town, even though they gave the title to Green Bay Packers, but I don't even call us Title Town. I call it City of Champions because each team won a chip or went to the finals, except for MLS. Even though they are doing good this year. So, if everything be worked out right, listen to us, clearly think real hard before you make decisions, owners and general managers, and we'll be fine. But I say it once, I say it twice, I say it 3 times, I'll say it 4. Listen to us. We do care. But when you make some stupid trades, stupid moves, not paying, you have a right to say something. As for all the radio broadcasters in the state of Mass, in the city of Boston or anywhere outskirts, I'm gonna tell you straight up, one thing about me that's different between me and you, I'm still a diehard fan. I never was a farewell fan. There's a lot of y'all out there that are farewell fans. You know how to get at me if y'all want to. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Threads, and I'm on YouTube. Tune in. Stay tuned. And you'll see. Because once and for all, enough's enough. It's time to go get them. And I mean that. I literally mean that. Change the game. Live to tell your journey. I want a parade. Bruins owe me 2 cups. Patriots owe me a chip. Red Sox, it's been 8 years. Celtics, okay. But still, pick and roll works. Instead of ISO, get a point guard. It will leave the headache for Tatum and Brown. For real. Learn from Brunson. Small guards can win chips. Prime example. Isaiah did it. Steph did it. It's crazy how that sounds. That's why they call him Big Body Brunson. That's crazy. So, for episode 7, being created today, controversial, if you call it or not, I don't care. I'm just calling your shot. I'm calling you out. My name is BOOT. My show is called Get 'em Boot. I'm dedicating this to my father. I know right now he's in heaven laughing like, that's my son. I knew he was going one day out on episode. He's going to get him. It's just a moment of time. So, y'all two, all three, all four, all five, all 600 million people out there, you know, that ain't the right number. But y'all take care of yourselves. One love to everybody. And even though I keep saying we did it, I'm going to change it up and say, Boot just did the damn thing. Peace and love.